Welcome to ESPN History, bringing the most historic game in all the sports. We had several games this week with very important outcomes.
But also, sadly, we had one of our reporters, Alp Kavechi, go on a sabbatical in Turkey, and he won't be coming back for a while. Now to our summary. The first game this week was between the Washington Union and the Richmond Rebels.
There's been some drama recently involving the teams. As you may know, they used to be one team until they split up over ideological differences. Now we have a pregame interview with Union coach Jabraham Lincoln.
How would you describe the rivalry between the Unions and the Rebels?
Now, I don't think of this as a rivalry. I think of this more as a simple conflict that can be resolved through teamwork and cooperation.
Thank you for your time, Jay. Now we head on over to Twan in his interview with the Rebels' Jeff Davies.
Now that we heard Lincoln's side of the feud, what are your thoughts on it?
Now, those goody two-shoes over on the Union, they're giving all their players equal playing time. Now, before that, we would only give all the time to the best players. Why would we ever change that?
Thank you for your time, Jeff Davies. Now back to you.
"4 years and 7 months ago, this team was conceived from the idea that any player, no matter what race or religion, can receive equal playing time. Now we are engaged in a great rivalry over this founding concept, testing the unity of our team. It is important that we give one last effort to resolve this dispute so that our team, of the players, for the players, and by the players, shall not perish from this court."
So, Mr. Lincoln, this is a very decisive victory for your newly reformed Patriots. How do you build up this win, and what do you plan on doing in the future?
Well, we should not focus on this win. Instead, we should focus on moving forward as a team and mending the wounds that we have sustained during this conflict.
Welcome back to ESPN History, where we bring you the most historic games in all the sports. Today we have another epic game to watch. But first, let's show you a highlight of how this game started.
Alright, you gotta work on this basket right here. I mean, these plays, they're really important. And, really... Oh, hey! You American, get off our court!
This game is between the newly reunited U.S. Patriots and the Japanese Kamikazes. Now let's head over to an interview with the U.S. Patriots team captain, FDR.
Hello, FDR. So how are you going to handle the situation?
We are not going to let those kamikazes off the hook. We have to defend the ideology and take home the win.
Alright, thank you for your time, FDR. I'm back to you.
Great layup.
Wow, amazing shot!
Wow, what a great layup!
Oh my God. Mr. President, I have something you may want to see.
Great layup. Wow, what a great layup!
Oh, I give up. I'm so sorry, American.
What was your message to your team and fans in your radio address after your victory over the Kamikazes?
We need to preserve our basketball ideology abroad by any means necessary. And also, I would like to thank all those who contributed to our team in its effort.
Welcome back to ESPN History. The third and final game is between the U.S. Patriots and the North Vietnamese Guerrillas. Now let's take you to our interview of Zach with Ho Chi Minh, the North Vietnamese team captain.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ho Chi Minh. What is the point of you challenging the other team?
I want to join the North and South courts under my basketball ideology.
Thank you for your time. Good luck with your game. Now on to our interview with Patriots captain Nixon Johnson.
Hello, Nixon Johnson. Why are you involved in this conflict?
Well, Ho Chi Minh is trying to force his ideology on the South Vietnamese team, and I think it's my duty to defend his ideology and maybe expand my ideology while I'm at it.
Thank you for your time. What a nice shot. Wait. Wow, what a move.
Ooh, kill him!
Boo!
Get off the court. You stink. Get off the court.
Hate you. Nixon Johnson. Towards the end of your game, your own fans were booing at you, yet you used the term silent majority to show support of your cause. Does this show a lack of understanding on your part for the interests of the team? And do you think this contributed to your loss?
No comment, I'm not answering that. I am not a crook.
Civil War postgame analysis. Now we're going to explain how these events have affected the American experience. In the beginning of the Civil War, the United States was in a conflict to preserve the Union. The Confederacy split off from the Union because of different views on slavery and American values represented by playing time in our allegory. Because of this dispute, the Union and the Confederacy went to war.
The Union was fighting to reunite the country, protect the rights of slaves, and promote equality for all people. During the Civil War, the United States was focusing on internal conflicts to protect their values and ideology at home rather than engaging in global conflicts to promote their ideology abroad. After the Civil War, the U.S. became a stronger nation and gained greater influence around the world.
At first, in World War II, the United States military was attempting to remain neutral but supported the Allied powers by lending supplies with the Lend-Lease program. In addition, the U.S. stopped giving oil to Japan, which created tension between them. This tension built up and led to Japan bombing the U.S. Navy at Pearl Harbor. This event shocked the U.S. and dragged our military into the global conflict. This tension built up and led to Japan bombing the U.S. Navy at Pearl Harbor. This event shocked the U.S. and dragged our military into the global conflict of World War II to dismantle the Japanese Empire in the Pacific and gave us an opportunity to introduce American ideology abroad. After the shock of Pearl Harbor, the U.S. military regained their composure and sent a full attack force to the Pacific.
The Japanese were pushing back the U.S. until the United States discovered the Japanese naval codes. This gave the U.S. the upper hand on land and on sea. Eventually, using our superior weapons and technology, we developed the nuclear bomb and deployed it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. America was pulled into a global conflict and successfully defended their values and ideology. This success led to a greater confidence in the nation, and the technological advancements transformed America into a global superpower.
Vietnam War post-game analysis. In the Vietnam War, the United States acted as a crusader abroad to protect the American democratic ideology of South Vietnam from the communist ideology of North Vietnam. However, the United States goes into the Vietnam War overconfidently because of their advanced technology and military success in the World War II. On the ground, the North Vietnamese army used guerrilla warfare tactics which were very effective against the United States military, who were not accustomed to the landscape. In contrast, the American military had the upper hand in the air and conducted many aerial strikes of North Vietnam as part of Operation Rolling Thunder.
The American government supported the Vietnam War, but the presence of the U.S. military in Vietnam was not popular with the American public. Many people avoided the draft by fleeing to Canada and protested against the U.S. involvement in Vietnam, such as college students at Kent State University. Later in the war, in 1967, the Army of North Vietnam launched the Tet Offensive. The North Vietnamese relentless attacks weakened the United States military morale and increased the American public's opposition to the Vietnam War. In the end, the U.S. Army withdrew from Vietnam because they were not having any success and they encountered negative repercussions and backlash.